Hello everyone, welcome to Anna Mollekin Art, and I'm Anna Mollekin, and I'm excited today that I have Jane here. Jane McClurg is a naturopath and a massage therapist at Blend Wellness, and I really wanted to have Jane here on this channel as she's a real expert in her field, and I've had the pleasure of working with her. I engaged in her services and she was of great help to me, and it really did change my life. I was having a lot of trouble sleeping. I was waking up anywhere between 2:30 and 4:30 a.m. in the morning and not being able to get back to sleep. So after a really good consult with Jane, we really got to the bottom of it, and it's been great. So I thought I'd have you here on the channel. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Anna.
You're welcome. Can you share a bit with me about how your naturopath journey started?
Sure. So I've been a massage therapist for 20 years, and about 8 years ago or so, I just started feeling like I needed to offer my clients a bit more holistic healthcare. They were starting to ask me lots of questions about nutrition and supplements, and I was like, this is outside of my scope of practice. So I looked into retraining, and it was all around the same time that I was trying to start a family. And as it is quite common these days, we were having a bit of trouble. And after 3 failed IVF attempts, I decided to see a naturopath, and from there I actually got pregnant naturally. So that was amazing. It just solidified that this natural stuff actually really works. So yeah, it was awesome.
That's definitely, and I'm so happy it worked for you and it led you on the path to where you needed to be.
Yeah.
Briefly, can you tell me what a naturopath is?
Of course. So a naturopath is someone who looks holistically at the client. It's very patient-centered, so it's all about the client and their health journey. In New Zealand, it's a degree qualification, so I have a Bachelor of Natural Medicine. We look at nutrition, lifestyle changes, specific supplementation if needed, and herbal medicine as well. So I'm a medical herbalist as well. We may offer functional testing, we read blood tests, all those kinds of things, and we like to work in with your doctor. So we're not us or them, it's not that kind of a relationship. So yeah, someone will come to the consult and we'll talk about their symptoms, go through their health history and look at their diet, see what they're eating and their lifestyle habits, and see what changes that we can work together on.
That's awesome. Thank you for letting us know. If somebody is experiencing a creative block, do you have any advice that you think would help shift their mood?
Yeah, for sure. So I think one of the main things we can do is movement and breath. So those two things combined can be really helpful. So starting off, just doing some deep breathing, deep into your belly, not in your chest. That can really help shift. You want to get that oxygen into the body, into the brain, and that can really help shift sort of a bit of brain fog and that kind of thing. Exercise is a wonderful way of shifting your mood. And it doesn't have to be formal exercise. It can be dancing around your living room to your favourite song, which is actually one of the best and quickest ways to shift your mood. Put your most upbeat song on, dance around like no one's watching, have some fun, and that can really help. Yoga practice is really helpful as well. So that combines the movement and the breath. And also one other thing I like to use, which you can just do at home, is using essential oils. So different oils have different properties. So citrus oils are very uplifting. If you're feeling a bit low, if you're feeling like you're a little bit out of your body, or you just feel like you need some more grounding, then some of the woody oils like frankincense or cypress or cedarwood are really helpful to get grounded again. And literally just sort of pop a little bit, just drop a little bit on your hand, rub your hands together, and do an inhalation, and that's just quick and easy. That transports straight to the limbic brain, which is your emotional center, can really help shift your mood straight away.
That's amazing. And can you put it in an infuser as well?
Yeah, so I've got like a diffuser there, so you can do different blends, or you can apply it topically, say like with, you need a carrier oil, so sweet almond oil, fractionated coconut oil, something like that.
That's so awesome. I definitely need to invest in that sort of thing to help lift my mood, and I'm definitely guilty of being a shallow breather. It's amazing how mood can be uplifted by upbeat music. I tend to try and pair music with something I don't like doing, like cleaning. So if I pair it together with good music, it seems to make it so much more fun.
Yeah, gets it done quicker.
It gets it done quicker, right? A power clean can be as much as the cardio as well sometimes.
Yeah, totally.
Do you think nutrition, mental health, and well-being can impact on creativity as well?
Absolutely. So I think in this day and age, if we're grabbing convenience foods, rushing around, being busy, not really giving ourselves that time for self-care, it can really impact on our mood and our thoughts and our feelings, and those things can definitely impact our creativity. Nutrition in particular is super important because you need to nourish your body, have all those essential building blocks that we need for neurotransmitters, for reducing inflammation in the body is another key one. So brain inflammation often impact that creativity if you're feeling a bit of brain fog.
Yeah.
Hydration is the other one as well, which I'd say is key. So yeah, definitely all of those factors. So lots of bright coloured veggies and fruits and adequate protein and healthy fats every day.
Very nice. And so less coffee, more water?
Yes, definitely.
Definitely.
But yeah, I mean, coffee has its place and it can be very helpful. It's a nootropic. It can help, stimulate the brain. But obviously then again, too much can really create havoc with your hormones and with your cortisol levels and things like that. So you just have to be mindful about what's happening in your life and if you can actually handle or metabolize coffee as well.
Fantastic. That's definitely something I need to well consider. Is there any food, vitamins, or oils that are legal that is known to enhance creativity?
Yeah, definitely. So along the same line of brightly coloured fresh fruit and veg, things with high in vitamin C can be really helpful because vitamin C is a cofactor for dopamine. So dopamine is one of our feel-good neurotransmitters. So things like strawberries, citrus, oranges, broccoli, green and red capsicum, they're all high in vitamin C. Vitamin E as well is another really good one to be mindful of. It's an antioxidant, so it can really help with clearing out the free radicals. So your antioxidants are your good guys and they're found in your fresh fruit and veg. Free radicals are bad guys, and that's sort of the oxidative damage that can occur. So they can really help balance that out. Vitamin E you can find in tuna, almonds, spinach, avocado, olive oil. And the other one I'd like to mention is your B vitamins because they're really important for energy. So when you're feeling energized, you're obviously going to be more creative and you actually want to create. So making sure you're getting your B vitamins, which is from dark leafy greens, sardines, oats, foods like that. So definitely. Oils, there's your essential oils. So I would recommend rosemary because that helps with mental clarity. Frankincense, it's known to help with that spiritual side, so opening the third eye. Wild orange or bergamot can be really helpful for reducing feelings of anxiety. Yeah, lime I like as well because it's a real kind of zest for life type oil. So those would be a good blend, so I can pop that blend in the show notes for you. And then we've got your herbal medicine as well, which is something we use in clinic, so seeing a herbal medicine practitioner. Ginkgo is amazing for brain function. Bacopa is another awesome herb that we use, especially like that one for busy mums because it's what we call an adaptogen, so it helps with the stress response as well as brain fog and that kind of thing, so it helps to clear the brain. What else have we got? Gotu kola as well as another really good cognition herbal tincture. Kava is another really good one for reducing anxiety, helps with muscle relaxing as well. So that's sort of full body relaxation. And then we've got functional mushrooms, which can be really helpful as well. So they're considered nootropic as well. So having impact on the brain. So you've got lion's mane, chaga, so your main ones for energy and brain health. So yeah, lots of different options.
That's so interesting. I'll definitely have to come in and see you in store and look at some of those things for me.
Yeah.
Quite often, a lot of creatives are busy mums. We are holding down a full-time job, and quite often art or our creative passion is done outside of work hours. So we all know too well how busy things is. We're holding down a full-time job, a family, and trying to squeeze in our passion. So anything we can do to uplift and get that energy and sort of look after, self well-being is a big deal, to be able to have time as well to do the creative stuff and actually be able to do it and feel creative at the right time, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
So what are your 5 top tips for busy mums that are creative artists?
Yeah, I'd say number 1 is making time for self-care. So making sure that you are putting in at least sort of 10-15 minutes a day. It doesn't have to be huge, but 15-minute yoga in the morning can be really helpful, just to ground yourself, get that breath in, and create a bit of calm through your day. Going out in nature and going for walks and things like that can be really helpful. And obviously you can get a lot of inspiration when you're out in nature, as I think you know.
Most definitely, it is a source, major source, and my environment really does impact on what I create.
Yeah, absolutely. A little segue from environment, so not just outside, but your inside environment. So making sure decluttering can be really helpful. So a clear space means a clear mind. So that can be really helpful for creativity as well. Scheduling, I think. Like sometimes you think, I don't want to put my whole day in a box and I can't stick to a schedule. But if you stick to a few things that you can schedule in, your self-care, your meal planning, your work, and your creative time, and schedule in free time as well, so you can be spontaneous and do what you want within that time. That can be really helpful. I guess my other main one would be meal planning. So definitely planning out those nutritious meals, planning out nutritious snacks. I always say to someone, if they're new to meal planning and they're a bit, don't think I can plan 5 days ahead what I'm going to eat, then start with breakfast. Breakfast is a great meal to start with, sets you up for the day. Make those whole food changes, so you're not just having high sugar type breakfast cereal or anything like that. You want some kind of protein, so like a smoothie with greens in there and a protein powder is excellent, or some boiled eggs on some spinach, or that kind of thing can really set you up for a really good day.
Definitely, and it's something to look forward to and enjoy as well. Quite often you're just rushing around getting the kids' lunches done and trying to get them through the shower and in amongst just grabbing a coffee for yourself, but you can fall flat pretty quick. So you're right, it's a great way to set up the day. And I, off the back of scheduling time to do your artwork, sometimes as a creative you want to be a bit more spontaneous, but if you're scheduling it around everything, you need to just learn when you're most creative. And so if you know that at night time you're going to be most creative, well, maybe block out some time once the kids get into bed, do a little bit of art then. Or if you know that first thing in the morning is when you are at the height of your creativity, do it then. I used to do, well, I still do it now. Sometimes I'll get up early on the weekends before the kids are up and do my art, so that way I'm not cutting into family time. So just blocking it out, because then you don't have mum guilt.
Great tip.
Working all week. I was working all week and then spare time doing art, and I just felt mum guilt. So I thought, well, I'll get up early, because sometimes I get up at 2:30. I mean, that's a problem though, but I'm an early bird.
That's anyway. Good. Yeah, that's a great tip.
Are all naturopaths created equal? So what should you look out for when you're trying to choose the right naturopath?
Like I said, in New Zealand, it's a degree qualification. However, I'd also look for a naturopath that is a member of our 2 associations, either one or the other, or both, because that way you know that you have definitely got someone who's qualified in the right area. I would always look at their website, get a feel for what they're talking about, and see if that resonates with you and matches your symptoms. A lot of naturopaths do specialise in certain areas, whether it's skin or hormonal health. I personally work with a lot of busy mums. So look for someone who offers a free discovery call, which I do. So I offer a free 20-minute discovery call, so we can really have a chat about what your symptoms are. You get a feel for who I am as a person and if we resonate. And that way you know that you will actually stick to a plan if you're actually working with someone that you like and you resonate with. There's some naturopaths that are more along the spiritual realm. There's some that are really amazing medical herbalists and they just like working with herbs. There's some that like to work a lot more with like testing, like blood tests or functional testing. So it just depends what you're looking for, what your symptoms are. Have a chat with them and just see if they fit with you. And I think that's a really good way to start.
That's definitely amazing advice, and it was so valuable having the discovery call. It made me feel comfortable. So what you have to share sometimes is very, very personal.
That's right.
So it's important that you're comfortable and feel like you're an open book and share everything, because if you're trying to hold back and don't disclose some personal details on functions, it's not going to help. So you need to feel very comfortable.
Yeah, definitely.
How can we find you, Jane?
So I am available online. I'm based in Auckland and I do have clinic days in the Ponsonby Clinic, but I do online consults as well. So you can find me through my website, blendwellness.co.nz, and I'm on socials as Blend Wellness Naturopath. So I'd love it if you had a little follow of my accounts there and see what I'm all about. And you can just check out my website and see who I support, different symptoms and different types of treatment plans and things like that I offer.
That's awesome. And what I'd like to say about Jane, I love her Instagram page and her social accounts. Jane is always sharing such valuable and insightful content, from yummy recipes to little videos. I believe you did like a breathing one. It's just so helpful, and I just love it when I see you pop up in my feed. So I highly recommend go check out Jane.
Thank you.
Do you have any offerings at the moment?
Yeah, so I've actually just launched a new package. So it's called the Rush to Restored package. It's a 9-week one-on-one package aimed at busy mums. So getting out of that rush, helping you support your nervous system, your hormones, just depending on what symptoms are going on with you. It's very tailored, and it consists of a certain amount of appointments over the 9 weeks, plus your first herbal tonic and your first lot of bark flowers, which can be really helpful for emotional support. So and plus a few little extra digital bonuses, a recipe book and things like that. So that's what I've got on at the moment.
That's delicious. And there is so many creatives and artists are such busy mums. I highly recommend you check out Jane's package. It's important that we look after ourselves, and if we look after ourselves, we can then look after our family and have time to do our creative things as well.
Absolutely.
And I'll link all of Jane's details in the description box below. I was wondering, did you have any favorite quotes or words of inspiration you'd like to leave us with?
Sure. So one of my favorite quotes is, "If nothing changes, nothing changes." That was a quote by Courtney C. Stevens, and I just think it is really helpful with people that are starting a wellness journey, and you just sort of do need to be reminded that you do actually have to make some changes if you want to have a different result. So I'm there to support you along the way, keep you accountable, things like that if you need it. So I just think it's really important. Don't be scared of change, because some beautiful things can happen when things change.
Completely agree, and it's such a simple notion, but something that you do constantly need to be reminded about. Literally, things won't change if you do the same thing over and over. That's such a great notion. Well, thank you for sharing all this completely valuable and great information. It's really given me so much to think about, and I take away and put into practice. It will definitely help me, and during these crazy times that we've been going through, sometimes you leave your wellness at the door.
It's important to focus on yourself so you can give more to everyone else.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much, Jane. It's been a pleasure.
Cool. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you. If you enjoyed this video and found it valuable, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you have any questions, please ask us in the comment section below. If you would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss an upload.